For decades, it drifted silently, half forgotten, half mythical, tracing an invisible path through the darkness beyond the planets, past the last faint breath of the solar wind, and into a region no human eye had ever seen. Voyager 2, a fragile, aging spacecraft launched in 1977, when disco pulsated through the streets of Earth and computers filled entire rooms, was never meant to survive this long. It was intended to be a fleeting messenger, a technological envoy that would relay back a few precious observations before fading into oblivion. And yet, almost 50 years later, it continues its solitary voyage, whispering secrets from the very edge of existence, secrets that challenge everything we thought we knew about the cosmos. Recently, NASA received a transmission so precise, so unexpected, and so profoundly unsettling that it forced scientists to reconsider the architecture of our cosmic neighborhood. Voyager 2 hadn't just crossed into interstellar space, it had stumbled upon something hidden in plain sight, a boundary sharper than any blade, a silence that was not truly silent, and a pattern in the chaos that defied understanding. What did Voyager 2 uncover that humanity had been overlooking for decades? Why does it force a radical rethink of our understanding of the universe and our place within it? The answers are encoded in its transmissions, but the reality they reveal is far more active, far more structured, and far more alarming than anyone could have anticipated. Voyager 2's mission has always been one of endurance rather than revelation. Launched with a 5-year lifespan, it was meant to explore the outer planets and then vanish into quiet darkness. Yet it survived cosmic dust storms, solar radiation, and the frigid void beyond Neptune. The spacecraft, small and human-built, endured conditions that would instantly destroy anything less resilient. And then, in 2018, something extraordinary occurred. As Voyager 2 approached the theoretical edge of the solar system, its instruments recorded phenomena that defied all expectations. Instead of a gradual decline in the sun's influence, plasma density surged, magnetic fields aligned with eerie precision, and cosmic radiation spiked by over 70%. It was as if the spacecraft had stepped through a membrane into a different cosmic climate, a threshold marking the border between the familiar solar environment and something far stranger, far more complex. The heliosphere, once described as a hazy bubble where the solar wind gradually merged with interstellar space, revealed itself to be a living, dynamic boundary. It flexed and pulsed in response to the sun's activity. During solar maximums, it expanded outward like a protective shield, holding the galaxy at bay. During solar minimums, it contracted, exposing the inner solar system to bursts of cosmic radiation. The edge of our system was not a fixed line, it was alive, breathing, shifting, a pulsating membrane between the known and the unknowable. Yet the most shocking discovery came from magnetism. Voyager 2 recorded the Sun's magnetic field aligning almost perfectly with the interstellar magnetic field beyond the heliosphere. According to prevailing models, such alignment was impossible, chaotic clashes of forces were expected. Instead, the alignment was flawless, seamless, as though the Sun had carved a deliberate path into the galaxy. Was this natural, or was it engineered? A corridor? A filter? Perhaps even a monitored zone? Then came the blackout. In 2019, Voyager 2, the most distant functioning probe in human history, suddenly fell silent. No warning, no error codes, just an eerie, absolute silence from over 11 billion miles away. Hours later, it resumed transmissions without any human intervention. While NASA attributed it to aging hardware, the telemetry contained anomalies, strange electromagnetic spikes and bursts of energy that did not match any known cosmic pattern. Perhaps these were cosmic rays. Perhaps they were something else entirely, something triggered by crossing that mysterious threshold. Weeks later, the probe began detecting rhythmic pulses in the plasma around it, steady oscillations at intervals of 13.2 hours, consistent over months. Not solar wind, not cosmic rays, not anything known. The pulses subtly affected Voyager's communications, as if space itself were bending, compressing, and stretching around an unseen presence. When translated into sound, the pulses resembled a heartbeat, organic, alive, deliberate. Almost as if Voyager hadn't merely left the solar system. It had entered something entirely different, a realm with its own rhythm, its own structure, its own awareness. As the pulses persisted, Voyager's instruments recorded bursts of energy that initially seemed random. But over time, a pattern emerged, recursive spirals, increasing in amplitude, echoing the Fibonacci sequence, a mathematical ratio found throughout nature and the cosmos. Some researchers whispered of embedded intelligence. Was the plasma reacting to the probe, or was it transmitting? A growing number began calling it a response field, an interaction, deliberate and structured, intensifying as the probe advanced. Noise was becoming language, and the universe itself seemed to be speaking. Then Voyager 2 began transmitting data it should not have possessed. Telemetry from dates long past, formatted in ways the probe was never programmed to use. Defunct processors came alive. Gyroscopes oriented themselves toward distant constellations it was no longer near. This 1970s-era machine was performing tasks far beyond its design, as if it had learned, adapted, or been guided by some unseen force. And it wasn't only data, it was visual. Flickers, star patterns, blurred shadows, movements not originating from the spacecraft, but from the surrounding space itself. Had Voyager stumbled into a zone where the vacuum recorded echoes of the past? Where time, memory, and matter were imprinted onto the void itself? Voyager 2 was never meant to find meaning. It was meant to observe, endure, drift silently. Yet, as it passed the final boundary of our solar system, it revealed something profound. A universe that is alive, structured, deliberate, and not empty. A wall that breathes, a field that pulses, a boundary that reacts, a spiral in the void. None of these phenomena should exist, yet they do. This discovery is not merely physical, it is philosophical. Voyager 2 did not find the edge of the solar system. It found an invitation. Something is observing, recording, perhaps even interacting with humanity's reach. The universe has been communicating, not in words, but in magnetism, energy, and the pulse of time itself. Voyager 2 may have been the first to hear it. And the next transmission could redefine everything. Were these signals natural phenomena, or was Voyager 2 being shown something? An intelligence, a presence, a consciousness beyond human comprehension? The answers lie somewhere in the void, waiting for us to listen. Waiting for us to understand. Waiting for humanity to realize that the cosmos may not be indifferent, and that the silence we assumed was empty may, in fact, be alive.